Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing the ARTEZA retractable gel ink pens, and I did buy the 24 pack which came with the vintage and the bright colors. This does retail for $23.99, which is about $1 per pen. I do know when I purchased it they were around 30 or 40% off. Unfortunately, when I go back to look at my invoice, it does show the full price. There was an issue with my order, so they had to resend it, and I think the original invoice kind of got deleted in the process. Now, this does come with 14 bright shades and 10 vintage. Now, of the 14 and the 10, each set comes with one black pen, which I wish they would have put an additional color in there, because if you're anything like me, you have plenty of black pens, especially you want some colored gel pens. But I could see if you want a gel pen that's black that you can put with your set, that does make sense. Now, I did test out all these colors. These ones I'm not too sure about, and I'll go over what my thoughts were. So here I am testing out the bright colors, just going through the assortment we have here, and some of the pros are there is quite a variety of colors. You can see I got the whole rainbow there. They do dry fairly quickly. I did do some testing. I would say they dry within 3 to 4 seconds, which on average is pretty quick. Especially being left-handed, I feel like that's something that I constantly struggle with, is getting ink on my hands. It's because the ink takes forever to dry, so I did appreciate that. The grips that they come with are very sturdy, very strong. They do open pretty wide. I know for me, I like to clip my pens on my shirts, in my sketchbooks, in my books, anywhere basically, so I like that that's an option. The pens distinguish themselves. The brights have the colored grip, and you can see right here, this is the issue that I have with these pens, is that the barrels were loose and I had to keep screwing them in when I opened up the pack. And I'm not sure if it's just because they got rough handled during shipping or what, but about half of them were loose and almost falling apart, and then when I screwed them on, they felt inexpensive, and like if I tightened them too tight, it would have cracked the barrel. The barrels felt very cheap and light, which I'm not a fan of. They don't feel very heavy, but I guess if you get fatigued a lot, they are a lighter pen if you prefer that. But to me, they felt very easy to break. Some more pros is I think these would be good for planners or journaling if you're jotting down notes. I don't think they'd be very good for sketching, which is pretty much what I like to use pens for. The consistency just wasn't there as far as the quality. Now these are 0.7, which should be an inkier thing, but I felt like some of them had a smaller nib than others. Some had more of an ink flow than the others. So across the board, I will say not so good. Yeah, the brights weren't that bright, I have to say. The brights should be called basic, because that's what they are, pretty basic colors. I thought there would be at least a few neons or some brighter shades. They weren't that bright. And right here I'm using the yellow and the green that comes after it, that lime green, were very scratchy. And there wasn't a lot of ink coming out. Now I will say the yellow is visible looking at it, which is hard to do for a lot of yellows. I will say that was a pro, but yeah, very scratchy. Not happy with that. As far as using these for if you like to color books, maybe if you're doing something that was very detailed, these might come in handy. But I feel like because of the scratchy nibs and the consistency and kind of having to work to get that ink going, I wouldn't recommend it for that. Now, when we get on later to the vintage pens, I was kind of disappointed because all the colors look the same. They have no variety, and looking at the sheet, it's a very subtle difference between one shade to another. So overall, with these pens, my rating would be, out of 5 stars, probably 2.5. Now this is just my opinion. You know, if you have these pens, you like them, have at it, have some fun with it. But I think I will take these into my job and use them just around the office because they're really not anything special. Again, my favorite pen is the Sarasa pens, and I like those because you can get them in a variety of nibs. The 0.3, 0.5, and 0.7, I believe, and they may have a 0.9. They have a ton of colors. There's a stationery shop by my house, and you can just pick random colors, and they have very unique, one-of-a-kind colors, which I was expecting with this because on the ARTEZA website it said unique colors. These aren't very unique to me. These look like the basic pens that I got from Amazon. I got a set of big pens just for my office, and the color range on that one was much bigger than this one, and they were actually a lot cheaper. So I do not recommend these pens, but if you want to try them out, try them out. They're just not for me, but maybe if you're into journaling or keeping a planner, which I do not do either, these might be good for you. But as far as like artwork, I mean, they may be fun for doodling and such, but my hand was getting extremely fatigued just doing these doodles, and which is something that you don't want when you look for a pen. You want something that's going to be smooth, that's going to work with you and not make your hand feel super tired just trying to get the ink to come out. So out of 5 stars, again, I give these 2.5. Wouldn't really recommend it. I won't be purchasing these again. And yeah, that's pretty much my review. I will, after this, you see me testing out the vintage colors, but if you guys have any questions or if you want to have me test anything else or do anything else with these pens, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stay around and subscribe. Y'all have a great day. Bye.